The story for Without a Clue, as told by iTunes, is suppose for a moment that Dr. Watson was the real brains behind Sherlock Holmes. The result is anything but elementary. Dr. John Watson is secretly a crime solving genius, but to protect his reputation as a physician, he hires bumbling, boozy, out of work actor Reginald Kincaid to play the part of his fictional creation, Sherlock Holmes. The charade works until Watson mysteriously disappears, forcing the baffled, seriously inept Holmes to crack the biggest case of Watson's career on his own. I found this film to be really a quite refreshing take on the Sherlock Holmes films and TV series of today, as well as the film Young Sherlock Holmes from the 80s and Sherlock Holmes throughout history, basically. However, this one is more of the cliched interpretation of Sherlock Holmes with a different twist on it. Not only with humor, but switching the roles of Watson and Holmes up a bit. I liked the interplay between both the characters of Watson and Sherlock in this interpretation, for the arguing between them is more about how Sherlock is screwing up and Watson making things difficult for Sherlock to pull off. And when they're sleuthing about, particularly in front of like Inspector Lestrade or saying, Watson would give Sherlock hand gestures, looks, nods, and has him pretend to look for clues while Watson himself is really looking for the clues, and then he secretly somehow gets Sherlock to tell him what to do. Some of the moments in the film are inspired by real moments in Arthur Conan Doyle's life, like when he wrote Sherlock Holmes. Example, Doyle got tired of writing Holmes and killed him off so he could write other things. In the film, Watson fires Holmes and tries to write the story for himself and about himself to solve it, but he can't just shake off the Sherlock because everybody wants Sherlock. Same happened to Doyle when he reluctantly wrote new Sherlock Holmes stories. There are other similar tidbits that Holmes fans will enjoy while watching it. I could list them all, but then I'd be here all day. Everything else in this movie is actually quite enjoyable, making an overall enjoyable and funny movie parroting the Sherlock Holmes we all know and love. I give this film 2.5 stars out of 5. And that is all for that movie. See you next time, and I'll see you when the game's afoot again. Ta-ta.